I ain't spending no more than $100 on the first date. And I'm going to tell you that up front.
Facts.
That sounds controlling, but at the same time, I'm going to give you the opportunity to be like, I'll do it or I won't do it. And most ladies be like, no, I can't do it, man. I mean, I used to drop. My very first date that I went on was at Red Lobster.
So he's basically saying that he's in recuperation mode.
I'm tired of impressing ladies that do not end up making it to the championship. That's what I'm saying. It's like I'm spending all this money on a woman who ended up literally just being a girl who became my friend. And it's like, man, I don't want to get married and I look back at all these girls that I spent money on. And then it's like I dropped all this bag on them, but then I have nothing for my family now. And when I could have more. So I'm like, for me, $100 was like, all right, cool. But here's the science behind that. Rico, man, I think you'll like it, Rico. It's like, for me, it's like, man, I'm training myself to listen to the woman and impress her with me listening and doing things and becoming creative. It is super easy for guys like you and I to drop a bag on dinner. It's super easy. But one thing I value more than my money is my time. So if I'm on the phone talking to a girl and she's telling me I like this, I like that, this is my favorite color, I love the park, I love this, I love that, then I take time to honestly strategically not spend a lot of money, but give her $1,000 experience at the cost of $100. To me, I would think that's more impressive because it takes time, dedication, research, planning to make that happen. But here's the thing, man, it's like I have not been able to date one woman who actually enjoys that. They want the money. Like they want the $200, $300 date.
Because, all right, so what I've learned is that women nowadays, not all, but a lot, especially the one that you're talking about, catastrophizes. They have that type of mentality. So based on the prior catastrophes of their own life, their brain is working on a high alert.
Yeah.
Basically preparing for the worst situation, preparing for, not having nothing come from the situation. So they have to leave with something. So they're already preparing for the tragedies. So since they're operating in that mindset, they want the money up front.
Yeah.
We had a girl come over here on a previous episode, and I said the same thing as you were saying. She had all these crazy demands.
Right.
And she's gotten them, but those people never stayed. So I said, well, why are you leading with, he has to take me on this type of date, he has to pick me up, he has to do all these different gestures, instead of just having a thoughtful date, which is what you're providing.
Right.
For $100, you're providing a thoughtful date. I'm thinking about, what I'm going to do with you, how I'm going to bring it to you, and how I'm going to focus and really invest my time, focus, and energy into you.
Facts.
And they're saying, no, I want the money. But then when they get the money, they're like, well, he has no substance. Well, you weren't looking for substance.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think it goes back into the same thing that we were kind of touching on before about the ideology of women and what they have adopted. They've adopted this independent, singular-minded mindset. They adopted this defense mechanism to go against all and try to prevent something that has never even happened. Instead of really saying, hey, well, if I want the substance, this is what I'm going to look for.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, Ayo, I'm not gonna lie to you, I've never been in your situation. I'm being honest.
I respect it.
I've never been like.
I respect it.
There's
bro.
only one time that I dropped a bag, but it was on a girl that I've been messing with for mad long.
Gotcha.
And I dropped the bag in the club because I was just drunk, and I was like, another bottle. When I was on my way home, I said, bro, you coming with me and you're holding my wallet because I can't do this.
Wow.
But that was more so just a living in the moment thing. But when it comes to dating a woman, I never splurged on a woman.
Wow.
Never splurged on a woman. I told you earlier, I work on the law of Mott, which is one of the laws of Mott, which is equivalent exchange. I need you to put into me as much as I'm putting into you. And it has nothing to do with the amount. It has to do with your capacity. So if I have more than you, I'm not expecting you to match that. But if I'm giving you 75% of what I have, you need to give me 75% of what you have. And I'm not ever budging on that. That's how I've always lived my life. Typically I always try to take first because I know I'm the giver. So I like, all right, cool. Well, what can you do outside of everybody else? And granted, I can say that, yeah, I'm one of the fortunate guys, right? I wasn't, I was a popular kid. I played sports, collegiate sports, so I always had girls, what I'm saying, throwing themselves at me, which put me in a favorable position.
Right.
But because of that, I understood I had value, and I never let myself really be devalued by being frivolous with my resources. You need to come over here with something.
Yeah.
Because I know I'm going to give you something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're going to get a good relationship. You're going to get a good guy. You're going to get somebody who's going to help, give you more knowledge and help guide you to a better path. Every ex that I have is in a better position, and it started with moi. Okay? It started with moi.
That's a bold statement, bro.
Bro,
that's a bold statement, Rico.
It is, but I stand by it because...
But why are they ex if they're in a better place than they?
Well, because they've always got more, right? Throughout the time, they got something that... I always say, I'm the gift that keeps giving. Once I come and I bless your life, you're going to get something that you can use forever. All right? You know what I'm saying? Like, if I provided... But my mother always told me, you teach somebody something, they can never forget you.
That's true.
So I focus a majority of my time teaching people, especially like women.
Yeah.
All right, she had this guy who had, he had millions of dollars. I'm not a millionaire, right? I'm a thousandaire, okay? Right. So I can't compete with him in that aspect.
Right.
But he never taught her anything. Okay, so now what can I teach her? Let me teach her about finances. Let me teach her about, maybe some type of spirituality. Maybe let me teach her about anything that she doesn't know.
Yeah.
And she's going to always respect, honor, and value you.
Yeah.
Because you brought actual substance.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But men with substance who lead with substance, no, we are oftentimes overlooked.
You think so?
Yes.
I think they become clingy.
You think so?
What?
Man, please. Men who lead
they
with
love
money,
you, bro.
Men who lead with money and looks get the first dib. Men who lead with substance. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's real, bro.
Well, I think you just gotta look like money and have substance.
But see that why though?
Because you gotta trick them because they want the money.
But see why see, that's the crap that I just don't like, And I talk about
it's not a good game.
It's not a good game because it's like,
dirty.
If I gotta trick you to like me,
yeah,
that means I need to keep tricking you to love me.
No.
Yeah.
It's like bait. Once you catch a fish, you don't gotta catch it again.
Bait you. Which is why I live on the principle of I will not spend no more than $100 on the first date because I don't feel like I need to go drop a bag to spend money on you. And I don't do first dinner dates, like those first high-end. No, we ain't doing that. I want to go somewhere nice, somewhere we can talk, we can get to know each other. And I think a lot of ladies, because they see what I do and they see what I have, it's like, oh yeah, he gonna do this. Nah, I'm not. Because it's like, I'm not that guy. I don't have the long dreads and light skin like Rico. That ain't me. You know what I'm saying?
Took 12 years for this.
For me, I'm about to be 40. And it's like, man, I am at a season. Now, I haven't always thought this way because I've been that guy that has, that's why I can't say what Rico has said. I know I have done ladies wrong. And when they left me, they were not in a better place emotionally. They were actually done wrong. And the season of where I'm at now is like, yo, I want that fulfilling piece. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm looking for a partner to where we can have a family. We can build an empire, a business. We can build a legacy. I'm not just looking for that. Let's just have a good time and just wild out. Like I genuinely do want a partner. I want to leave millions and millions of dollars in legacy. And here's what I do know, man. You get that right one, that right woman, she gonna multiply it. Which is why I'm like, dang, your philosophy. I'm like, man, it's a logic philosophy, but I'm like, does it really work? And I'm over here thinking because I'm like, dang, it's like, and again, I'm just going back to my spiritual side of things, right? The Christianity part of me, which is like, he who finds a good wife finds a great thing. So I'm like, shoot, if I find a wife, if I find a woman, I found my great thing. She gonna multiply whatever's on the inside of me. Only because, again, if it's too spiritual, sorry if I offend some of y'all. Only because from my doctrine of belief, right, it's like she was pulled from man for a helpmate. So when I find my helpmate, she's going to help me become better. She's going to help me become, I'm already whole, but even wholer. She's gonna flip my money. Sex is gonna be freaking amazing, as long as she got a big old booty. The bag is gonna be even bigger because now whatever's on the inside of her, which is why the independent woman scares me, because based on my philosophy, if we go back to this independent woman stuff, right? An ideology of like, hey, I don't really need a man. I'm like, well, wait a minute. If you're designed to be a man's helpmate, then you're being selfish by not helping and willing to partner with another man. And now we can go back to what you're saying. If you were designed to help, then that means you were designed to help him, which means at some level he does have control.